What's up guys, this is Cooprux here. What I have for you today is a little bit, well, I like to call it useless. You see, here we have a standard 3x3 piston door. The fundamentals are completely the same. It's a 3x3 area of blocks that opens up as a door. But this one's just a little bit useless because if we press this button, things get a little interesting. As you've noticed, this isn't your standard 3x3 piston door, and I don't really know why I chose to create it, other than that it's kind of fun to make something that can be very simple into something that's very complicated. But I just thought you might enjoy to see something like this, and stick around because I'm going to show you exactly how I did it in the next segment of the video. Here it is, the stupidest 3x3 piston door I could manage to make. It's not the most elegant thing in the world, it's actually kind of complicated and kind of ugly and really just kind of unorthodox in general. But I'm going to explain to you how this works. So basically, actually I would like to start this in the close sequence. So, on the first press of the button, this left circuit over here, which is the opening sequence, which fires. So I'm going to show you that now. So basically what this is it's a very weird looking double piston extender pushing this piston over into this middle block to push this over 3 blocks. Now the double piston extender part is pretty simple, but this is where it kind of gets interesting, and I don't really know what I was eating the day that I designed this, but this is kind of genius. So you kind of have another double piston extender up here pushing an observer with a concrete powder block up into that piston so that it can fire without having to put any redstone up into that block. So that was kind of cool. On the next button press, you get the closing sequence, and this is this blue circuit over here, and it's a lot simpler than that. All it is just 3 pistons pushing all these blocks over, and they don't really need to get retracted because when I open the door again, they just get pushed back into place, and it's really quite simple. Now, you could just end it at that, but I chose to go one step farther to make this door completely seamless other than this little block right here. So on the closing, this piston gets pushed back into place, but on the opening, as you've probably noticed, this piston gets pushed up into the wall right here. It's really satisfying watching this happen, and it's not really necessary, but it kind of just gives it the clean aesthetic that you would get while walking through this door, if you would ever build something as ugly and unorthodox as this. The part I didn't really explain is these pistons up here and the pistons underneath. They're pretty simple. These are just, redstone torch and a hopper observer that just makes the pistons fire once, basically. That's pretty simple. And these pistons, it just gets an observer line from here, and it goes up and it powers those again. And that's really the gist of it. A couple more things is that this delay is really long to have the piston get pushed up because, it has to be there and get retracted in time before you can do it, and I've kind of tuned it so that it happens at its maximum speed. And then other than that, there's just a bunch of observers and pistons down here, and that's basically deciding on one button press it does this side, and on the other button press it does this side. So it's pretty simple, but it's kind of complicated at the same time. So, in conclusion, it's just a useless piston door, isn't it? There's no really need for this, even though it does look kind of cool. I don't really know why I built it, but that's really all I have for you today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the subscribe button because, my videos don't get a lot of views, but when they do, most of you guys aren't subscribed. So if you could, that would just be amazing. And if you can't do that, just like the video. It helps. I'm not really that professional a YouTuber, but that's all I've got today. And I'll catch you in the next video.